To forgive and to forget. How does that really land for you right now? So we're all navigating the darkness right now, the winter solstice we have just had, as we are really in that turning point of Mother Earth and the sun, and we are literally going through probably the most darkest points of the year, but also of our soul, of humanity. And it's really like, how are we going to come back up from this? Like the seeds that are being sown, how nature is holding and restoring herself. What is she letting go of that she no longer needs? And what she'll decide to bring forward into the new year, into the spring. And this is all also for us about, what do we want to bring forward into the new year? What do we want to bring forward into our life? And then deeper still, what do we want to bring in for generations to come as we become the pattern breakers? And forgiveness is like the fundamental part of that, to find our peace. But forgiveness and to forget, it can get all a little bit muddled there. And it really depends what you think forgiveness really is. Are you forgiving the crime, the act, the perceived hurt, the betrayal? Or are you, in terms of saying that's acceptable? Or are you forgiving to release you from that suffering, from those perceptions, from those emotions, from that victimhood, that energy that holds you down, basically? That if we still have those emotions in our body towards someone else, the body doesn't know any different whether it's for someone else. We're just holding those emotions deep into a cellular level in the energetic field. Do we literally, with forgiveness, so for me it links to the large intestine, excuse me, I've got a funny nose, and it's that final act of letting go, that final act of the process, the emotional process, like we would with our digestion and our food, where we've gone through the whole, what we take in, what is ours and what is not, through the stomach. Then the liver is about, the anger, the hatred, what we need to clear and cleanse and detox. And then the pancreas is about the grief that comes with that, but also where the joy can come from that as well, if you keep it connected into your heart. It's the heart keeps this whole process open, otherwise we get very blocked. And then it's the small intestines, the discernment of what we hold on to, what we absorb. What's the inner gold? Where's the wisdom? Where's the insight? And then the large intestines are actually like our point of forgiveness. It's that final act of release. But forgiveness isn't, I don't believe it's about forgetting. I don't think it's about letting things go completely. It's just like, probably sound like I'm contradicting myself here, and I'll explain myself probably hopefully in a good way here. Is that actually forgiveness is about you letting go. It's about you letting go of that internal pain, that internal suffering, the cycles, what keeps you looped in with relationships, with people, with a sense of suffering, the victim energy. It's about releasing that. And it's about the acceptance of the unacceptable, not to be accepted again. So I'll say that again. It's the acceptance of the unacceptable. The heart we're in a place of the acceptance that this unacceptable happened. But we're going through this process of empowerment, of sovereignty, of truth, of self-worth and self-love, that says, I will not accept that again. So this is about the act of forgiveness to release you from the pain and your suffering. It gives you the intellect, the innate wisdom, that inner gold. It's like you've had a virus, and now the body holds the T cells and the B cells know what happens if this comes across again. It's like an upgrade. So forgiveness is kind of like an upgrade, that process, that willingness to forgive and to let go. But it also has that wisdom that means you don't go through the shit again, right? You don't recycle your shit, okay? Literally. And the large intestine doesn't go backwards, right? This is about going forwards. How do we go forwards? How do we release and step forwards in life, in our year and everything else? And so the whole saying to forgive and to forget, somewhere along the lines, if you haven't done that process of feeling fucking angry, like, I deserve better, I am worthy of so much more, you have to feel that rage, you have to feel that fire to burn this shit, to alchemize it, to take what you need and what you do not. And so this isn't about forgiveness and again letting that shit happen again. No. So this is the huge cycle of victim energy, of abuse, suppression, and everything else, to say, no, this doesn't happen again. And when it comes to like relationships, it's a really interesting one, because I'm going through this dynamic of like, so let's just forget that and just move on. It's like, yes, that's fine when there's acknowledgement of the wrongdoing. So one, I could forgive and I can move through the whole process of forgiving. So I'm not carrying that pain, that suffering, that cycle, blah, blah, blah. However, to move forward into a relationship in a healthy way, there needs to be conscious conversations of owning responsibility, and not the empath that just takes that shit to keep the peace and to just allow it to recycle, and then that empath just feels betrodden, down, heavy, and absorbing that negativity, which will be fucking up your body, right? So, excuse me, I am literally carrying what feels like the sword of truth at the moment, like Joan of Arc is like really powerfully strong, but also with the care of Mother Mary and like that, to act in pure love. And that pure love has to come from to self first of all. And so we are going through this journey right now of empowerment, of sovereignty, and all our relationships will be really showing that up for us. And we are seeing that as a collective, but to change the outer world, we have to change our inner world first. And so I'm really putting this to you. What does forgiveness really mean to you? Does it mean you just got to suck up at the shit and just crack on and carry on with a toxic relationship? Or does it mean that you're setting yourself free? What does it mean? You know, because you don't forget. It's like the body, the virus, the T cells, they don't forget that virus ever existed. They just know when it comes across, they're like, we know exactly what you are and we're going to sort this one out. And so, you know, where we have to look at this from our whole relationships and past relationships and our younger selves, and a lot of this is coming up for me, and I know it's coming up for a lot of people too. And we can feel like we're in this vortex, this emotional whirlwind, and it's like, well, how do we get out of this? Well, I like to say the affirmations: I choose love, I choose joy, I choose peace. And I recite that, and then I bring it to my heart, and I go, I'm worthy of love, I'm worthy of joy, I'm worthy of peace. And I bring it to my whole body, and I am love, I am joy, and I am peace. And by keep reciting that is telling your brain, it's telling everything else to say, this is what we're choosing, this is what our alignment is, and this is where we're going. So the brain's quite happy, like, okay, we'll do that. We're also saying into the collective field, this is what we want, this is what we desire, this is what we're aligning to. And so the beginning of the process, the willingness to forgive and to let go is that. However, it's also about how we step forward as well. So let me know what you think, and take care.